Howdy, how are you? This is JilliBling. Today's project, I love it. Do you ever think about a project sitting in your room? And yeah, I have to admit, sometimes I just have them all laid out and you just can't wait to get back to your room to make it. This is one of them. Even this morning, I got up because I was drinking coffee, watching Good Morning America, and I just came in here and I looked at it and it's like, oh, I love them all. Okay, you ready? Isn't that cute? It's a trifold. Daisies. I love these cheerful daisies. So I don't know if you heard me say them. I made quite a few of them in different colors. So what color would you do the flower center? These are done in Flirty Flamingo. Love it. But my display this morning had Melon Mambo. Same exact card, just different flower color. Love that one too. And on all of them, I have some bling. Okay, I'll admit I collect bling. This is from a kit that we did, and I love these little iridescent sequins. So I put that on one of them. Genial Gems. I love these, but they retired. But I'm using some of these. Fine Sparkle. These, I seem to put them on everything. Somehow they go with everything. This is a little bit old. Waves, Basic Jewel, they're all in the blue watery tones. Then of course these, which are perfect for that beer set that you put the little sparkles on. It makes it look like little effervescent bubbles. And Sequins and Gems. Anyhow, I'm using some of these, but today I'm going to use some, I'll pull them out in a minute. I think they're like the glossy dots in color. Okay, back to where we were. Here is one in, I think this is Orchid Oasis. Isn't that pretty? But you know I love blue flowers, but I love this one. And Fresh Freesia. Pretty. Otherwise, they're all the same. Here's just what color flowers do you like. But today I want to do Berry Burst. Okay, so let's just leave one of these out. I'll leave the blue one out. And let's get started. So, Good Feelings. Good Feelings is for this greeting right here. Isn't that nice? And I had planned on using the thank you for here. But guess what? It doesn't fit. And with the greeting, see, it doesn't fit. It's too big. For this one, I did end up cutting off the G, and I don't know that I could scooch it any closer. So it's a tight fit. It still works just perfectly. I kind of think it looks like a chalkboard. So this is a great stamp set. I love this one. And then also Color and Contour, because I needed something to go on the front. Thank you for everything. This is a thank you card. Oh, this is a thank you card for those that placed orders with me over $50 in the month of June. So I try to make a card that you say wow to. You want to recreate it, so you have to get more stuff so that you place another order the next month. That's the goal. Yay! And Cheerful Daisy Dies, of course, the daisies. And you know, I would like to say I apologize because I think this is the 7th time I used the daisies. But I love it. And I would do it all over again. And then also the Countryside dies. And these are for the shape right here. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. And I'll put all the photos and paper cut sizes on my blog. My blog is JilliBling.com. And if you click the newsletter, then you'll get notified by email anytime I do a post. And if you do that, make sure to check your spam folder because I want you to confirm it's really you. And right now there's 2 people that are unconfirmed because they haven't checked their spam folder. So this layout I saw online, and I thank DebbieHendersonDesigns.com for the layout. She did something using the Countryside in papers in all the different blue tones, and it's beautiful. But I wanted to do something a little bit different to make the flowers stand out. Oh, these are the dots. Let's use these dots. These are called Glossy Dot Assortment. But she did it in quite a few different, I think she did a Christmas one, and they're all great. So this paper is 10.5 by 4.25. It would be 11, but as Debbie said, I want it to be 3 equal panels, so she made it 10.5. So I'm going to score this paper at 3.5 and 7. 3.5, 7. So let's do it. And I'll tell you, if you have all your little daisies cut out and your panels cut out, it doesn't take too long. I'm not going to admit how long I spent cutting out all these layers. I wouldn't want to ruin it for you. Z-fold. Okay. Let's see what we have. Embossing Buddy. We should probably just do that soon. This paper, and this is Pebbled Path. I was thinking of some color that would coordinate with the flower color, but I think when you do it in a neutral, what do you see? You see the flower. And I think if I had Flirty Flamingo back here, it would all match together, but your eye wouldn't be drawn immediately to the flower. So Pebble Path, it's my new favorite. Ooh. Ooh, look how your eye goes to that. Melon Mambo. I hope Berry Burst is that impactful. Okay. So this paper is for the punch. This punch and this punch. So we'll do 2 of them. And one of them is just left with nothing on it. And you could write your message there. Oops. I like punches. It's easy. You don't have to pull out your machine. Punch, punch. Okay, so those are done. So this is all that's left to do. We have to build the flowers. And this paper, are you wondering the black and white paper? Wait till I flip this over. You're going to say, you're kidding. This is the animal paper. And on the back side of every sheet is black and white, and I used them all. I don't know which one I like best. I thought this one with the stars was going to be a little bit too crazy, but it works just fine. I thought mixing these together is going to be crazy. It is, but somehow it works just fine. Okay, so the polka dots is going to go on all these panels. Ooh, something's flickering. I hope I don't have a light going out. Oh, I know which one it is. Let me see if I could fix that. Oh, I know what it is. Hold on just a minute. For that light, I have to use a battery pack. There, is that better? Ooh, yeah, that's better. This one here ran out of energy. I love these things. I'll just charge it up. Okay, back to where we were. Black and white, black and white. I do a lot of black and white lately. Glue. You could use any adhesive for this. Just my glue is handy. And I like how when you use liquid glue, I like how it makes your project, like, look at this. It's substantial. I like that. Okay, and next is attaching, okay, so I have to admit, this paper, the white, you're like, that looks a little fancy. It has a gold shimmer to it. So, I've had this paper, do I have it sitting out? No. Oh, I know where it is. Sitting in a box, ready to go as cards. Can you see the shimmer on it? For maybe 10 years. It's ready to go. And it's nice because it's really thick, but I haven't used it. And because it's not something Stampin' Up! Carries anymore, I haven't wanted to use it. But I thought it would be perfect on the card if you did thick white. And this would be a good substitute. And that would make it so it's not in my drawer taking up space. But you could use thick white. But I kind of like it. I had to throw a bit of it away. And I was thinking about keeping it, but no. Well, see, now I have another distraction. The Roomba is going. Okay, I don't want her to come in here because she's really noisy. She needs to come in here. There, now she's paused. Because I have all these little papers from the Daisy. All the little bits are on the floor. You know, at first I would try to clean up every little thing, and then finally I thought, I could just tell Roomba to come in here and she'll clean it all up for me. Okay, let's do the words on this black. So make sure you use your embossing buddy. And I have a little bit of a trick for stamping the words just because it's such a tight fit. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, so here's the words. Those are kind of straight. I put them crooked. And we're going to do memento. And if you were to take this stamp it on the paper, could you really get it on there fully? No. I tried twice. Doesn't work so good. But if you take it, kind of line it up, and just a little bit will hang over the edge. But that's okay. Then get the ink on there. This way I have success. If I did it upside down, I've already ruined 2 papers. Perfectly cut out. Oh, I could do that. Cut the paper bigger, stamp it first, then put the die over it. You could do it either way. I like this way. There it is. Into white powder it goes. You saw me do the embossing bunny. Okay. You know, while the heat tool is hot. Let me do the thinking of thank you right on here. It's going to be that direction. Versamark. Thank you. Thank you for everything. I love that font. You know, if you had to design your own stamp set, how would you even know where to start? When you hit, with Stampin' Up, when you sell $1 million, which I don't know that I'll ever be able to do in a lifetime, but that's okay. You get to design your own stamp set. And Rachel Tessman, Stamp Your Art Out, her recent, well, her stamp set she designed is, I think it's called Layering Leaves, and it goes with the bow punch, and I love it. And it has some words in there. And I was thinking, how do you decide what you want to do? I don't think I'd ever be able to decide. You could probably tell how many stamp sets I use, like all different, if it was music, all different genre. I don't know. And what font? It's like, oh, I love this font. And then the font we put on the front, oh, I love that one too. I'm too all over the place. So, if ever you're stamping on black with white, Sharpie, or your blends, black blend, that will do the same thing, an alcohol marker. It makes it look like you emboss perfectly. To me, that kind of looks like a chalkboard, just because the writing is so bold, right on the black. Okay, so this next step is making the card to 5.5 inches. Not hard. I have tips on that too, but I'm going to have my head all up on everything. Oh, another tip, another point is the designer paper. See how both of these, they seem to be going up, down, up, kind of down. If I turned it over, it would still work, but it's better this way. One of them, I didn't do so good, but you probably didn't notice, huh? I think it might be, maybe this one. Yeah. So we have waves here, and here we have seagulls. See how these are lumps? These are mountains, and these are more waves. Oops. I'll have to make sure to give this to someone who doesn't watch the videos. Or if you're watching the video and you're like, I'll take it, I love Freesia, let me know. But if the paper is directional, you gotta be careful. I didn't notice until after the fact, yesterday, actually this morning when I was admiring, I love this card. Okay, so to do this, placing the panel, you can put it wherever you want, but I want it to be exactly 5.5 like a standard card. So I know it's going to be in the middle, so I'll put some glue here, maybe another row of it. I would put glue there, but I don't know how far to go down. So I'll put it on here. And line this up on my grid paper. Can you see? Wait, yeah, you can see. And right in the corner. And then I want this top part to go to 5.5, which is right there. And then, of course, in the center of the panel. And because it's glue, I could scooch it around if needed, but that's 5.5, and it's in the center of the panel. Okay. Well, that wasn't so bad. Okay, let it dry just a minute. So next step is to put this panel on, but there's an easy way to do that. Oh, I could put that there. Let it dry just a minute. Or not. It dries quick. So this piece, I'll put maybe a 1/4 inch from the top of the black designer paper. Okay, and this goes on next. So this one, again, I'll put glue here at the top in a second row, glue at the bottom. And this one gets lined up with the front one. While it's still wet, I'm going to check. Good, good. These are parallel. Okay, stick. While I'm letting that dry, this one, see, this is all the room you have to write. So you don't have to think about much. You can just put your name on it. The love is in making the card. About a 1/4 inch from the top, kind of perfectly lined up on the designer paper. Let me make sure those are the same. Yeah. Oh, did I do it upside down? Does it matter? I think it might have been better on this side. No. I'm looking at the designer paper peaks. Designer paper peaks. Because this one looks like designer paper dips. Okay. It's hard to be a stamper. Last panel. And if you, DebbieHendersonDesigns.com, if you look up her video, she's really cute about, okay, now you're wondering how you're going to get that. And this is what she did. But if you want a different perspective on putting the card together, you could watch her video too. She's sweet. She's cute. There it is. Okay. It looks pretty centered. I think as you do each panel, it's like, ooh, it's a little crooked. Ooh, it's a little bit bigger here than there. But in the end, after you have it decorated with flowers, it's beautiful. Oh, let's do flowers. Let's do flowers and greenery. Oh, so the flowers are just white. And I'll show you the dies. And you're probably like, yeah, you've used this quite a bit. We know how to make the flowers. But we're going to make them again today. So, countryside corners. The big one is for the white. The little one is for the black, or the black designer paper. That's in Daisies. I was cutting paper all day yesterday. Okay, so there's the one that has all of them together. There's this bold outline, small, medium, large. There's the detail in small, medium, large. I probably should say large, medium, small. And then the detail. So those are the dies we use. And we'll do 3 of this fern. Oh, and that paper is this right here. See how it's kind of corrugated? And this comes in a pack that has balmy blue. I would say white, but I think it's more of like a winter white, and then shaded spruce. And it's on the specialty papers page. So we'll use the spruce corrugated paper. Oh, what's it called? You know, I should do things right. Specialty paper. I was close. It is this paper right here, number 5 on page 127, number 5. textured 12 by 12 paper, shimmer paper. 6 sheets, 2 of each color, shaded spruce, balmy blue, and white. That's the one right there that we're using. Also, for this little leaf right here, 2 of them, I cut that out in the same paper. Okay, so I have these all cut out, ready to roll, and we will do a little sponge dauber on them. Berry Burst and Daffodil Delight. Oh, I didn't tell you the colors I used for those flowers. Of course, Versamark, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Starry Sky. Oh, I think I said Orchid. Starry Sky, Melon Mumbo, Fresh Freesia, and Berry Burst. So here are the 3. You know, let me get something so you can see it better. There we go. Pebble Path. That's another base paper. I have more to make. So 2 of those. 2 each of the bold. 2 each of the detail. 3 of the leaf. And I don't know why, but I call this one the fern. 3 of the fern and 2 of the leaf. Okay, so let's build our flower. To start out, I'm going to put a bit of yellow in the middle of these. You like yellow? Or Daffodil Delight. And that is for, see when you're looking through there, how there's a hint of yellow? At first, the first few projects, I didn't do that step. And I don't know why or what came to me that I think I need to do it, but I kind of like it. So just a little bit of daffodil. And you could do it as heavy or as light as you want. If you do it heavy, it's a little bit more like bold, and it makes an impact. Or if you like more pastels. And the less ink that's on the dauber, the softer it will be. Because see how there's getting less ink? See how soft that is? There it is. You should see this pile last night. Okay, it's a little indulgent. I'll show you. Look at that pile of goodness. Isn't that just... See, only a stamper would appreciate this. If I showed it to anyone else that isn't a stamper, they'd be, yeah. Ooh. Okay. Look how nicely these go, too. Maybe I should do one in pool party. But each of these go... Okay, okay. Get so distracted. Okay, too big, too small, too medium. Let's build this thing. And it takes a lot of glue dots. Oh no, let's do more dauber. Berry Burst. I wonder, this is a brand new pad. Okay, pads. When you get a new pad, first thing I do is I put the words right here. So when it's in my holder, I could see what stamp it is. Then next, which I haven't done, I put a label here. Okay. Next, Explosion D Bias. Yeah. I pretend like I could talk a different language. Put one here. So if ever the stamp pad is upside down, at least you have an idea what color it is. And then this last one goes on the inside. So the inside, ooh, at first they're stiff. Look at that brand new pad. This inside one doesn't always go inside so nicely. And then my lovely old candle, clear, I'm going to put on the sides, and I do this on every stamp pad. Top edge, middle, bottom, a little bit more. Now watch it slide in there. First it's stiff. See how much easier it is? It's so worth it. Okay, then I put my name on everything. I know you're like, we didn't need to see all that. But sometimes when I do silly things like that, people are, thanks for showing me how you do it. Not that it's hard. Not that you need to do all these steps, but got all bases covered. So my little things, Diane Long made me a sheet of those. And I put it on my embossing folders, on my stamp pads. I put it on everything. That's all I have left. They're kind of old, but I use it all the time. I might have to ask her to make me more, because it's like the perfect font, perfect size, right there. Okay, where were we? Let's dauber these. Got little white flecks in there. Not these ones, these ones. Okay, I'm going to test this. Kind of freckly. Okay, I'm going to do just a swoosh. That's cute. I want it to be darker. So I'm going to keep going, thinking that there's less ink so I could get a soft edge. Kind of went over the edge there. Oh, a little messy. Oh, now it's soft. But because there's going to be another layer of the daisy going over the top, if you are a little bit messy, it's okay. Because see, these I got way outside the edge. I'm going to try to make the center of each of them a little bit darker. Ooh, that one got really dark. Ooh, berry burst is pretty. Okay. Dauber is done. I wonder how they're going to look against the Daffodil Delight. You ready? Oh, that's pretty. Okay. So the next step is to separate these flowers. We do that with snips. I'm going to cut off the leaves. And it's so nice how they design this, where you cut it off and you can't tell that the leaves are right there. So right now I'm just focusing on the big daisy, and then I'll have to go back and focus on the little flowers because they're going to have that little connector paper on them. This little bit right here. I'm going to clean that up a bit. So Evan and Michaela have chickens, and I forgot the word, brooding. They were saying, oh yeah, there's a few of the chickens and they're brooding. And I'm like, okay, what's that mean? I might be saying the wrong word. But that's when they go inside the house and they kind of don't come out for any reason at all. Kind of maybe like a bear hibernating. It's in there, it's ready to sit on eggs. So before we went on vacation, they left the chickens and they left some eggs in there, and they put a little dot on these eggs that they left with the chickens. And guess what? once or twice a day. I think it was like 2 or 3 of them. They're hatching. And they're so cute. And Michaela says, this is a mix of this one and that one. And I don't know how she knows. She is like chicken queen. Okay, I'm going to go back to that story in a minute. We need lots of glue dots. Lots of glue dots. So many glue dots that I have a method kind of perfected for glue dots. Glue dots, and when you do get your glue dot, if you can, roll it up. So you could put a dimensional, but you know how hard it is to cut dimensionals into tiny pieces? So if you take your glue dot, fold it over, the goal is to make the glue dot thick. So it's going to add about the thickness of a dimensional. And put at least 2, probably 3, sometimes 4 or 5 rolled up glue dots onto the back. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this for a little bit. So I'll tell you a story while I'm glue dotting. Michaela, the first day, yesterday, she's like, I have a baby chicken. She showed me a picture. So cute, and she's holding it. And then Mama's just kind of clucking away. And then she puts the little chicken down, and the little one finds its way back to Mama. And another thing, which I don't know if this is true or if I'm just assuming it, they put just any eggs under these chickens, and the mama don't care. She is just in the way. She's feeling all maternal. And then a few hours later, she goes, we have another chicken. So yesterday morning, she goes, and this is unlike Michaela, because usually she'll send one text and that's it. But she sent a few texts. I had to give it mouth to mouth. And I'm thinking, okay, she's about to start a new job. Is this having to do with like CPR training or something? And then I opened it up, because you know how things flash across your screen. And no, it was the chicken, the baby, the little chick. She saved it. So I guess it came out of its egg, its shell, and it wasn't breathing. She saved the little chicken. And I guess it wasn't walking much. It had a hard time holding its head up. So she took it with her, and she has it on a heated rice bag in a towel. And they're feeding it all this stuff, and somebody said vitamin E. So I don't know how you get vitamin E into a little baby chick. So I asked her, and they said, Evan and Michaela, they said, well, we have to like feed it. I'm like, oh, okay. Anyhow, so far so good. It's only a day old. And they said the test is to see if it makes it through the night, which it did. So they're such good little chicken parents. I have a little video of her getting the chickens out from Mama. I wonder if there's more today. Okay, we're getting one flower done. So each of the flowers are 3 levels. And you know how I said when you're doing the sponging with the berry burst, if you go outside the edges, which I did, it's okay. You could kind of see through there. But this top layer gives it a nice crisp edge. Okay, there's one flower. You're like, that's a lot of work. But it's really cute. I love this daisy. I love the daisy bundle. But I really love the dies. I don't think I have any other stories. You know, simple life. Not much going on. Just stamping. glue dots and glue dots. Last night I was thinking, I haven't used my blends very much. I'm like, well, how did I get color on there? Thinking about this project. Yeah, dauber. The rest is black and white. Well, the paper, the green. So to line this up, see this kind of pointy one? It goes right over the top of this pointy one here. These are all a little bit bigger, but the pointy one. And then it all just works out. Glue dots, glue dots. So Oma's 95th birthday is this upcoming weekend. And we are going to go and celebrate Oma. She's doing so good. Which is nice. So that means a little road trip. And yesterday, Tony was talking with him, like, are you going to come over for dinner? Michaela loves ribs. We're making ribs. Not that we're doing them just for her, but Michaela loves ribs. And he's like, my car, the Rover, it broke down. We're like, what do you mean it broke down? I guess it's the alternator. So they plan on driving to Sacramento 8.5 hours for Oma's birthday. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure to get it fixed. I hope he got it fixed. But he's a genius. He can fix anything. Okay. 2 flowers. The other ones go quicker because they're smaller. Maybe I should just put glue dots on all these while I'm at it. Glue dots, roll up. Some of these little standalone fragile ones, I like to give them their own glue dot. Okay, 3. That one gets 3. Okay, the little ones get 3. So during that long drive, I'm thinking, well, I should prepare a project so I could do it while Tony's driving. But I have a whole box of projects that everything is done except the coloring. So I should just, oh, I hear Bo getting up. Like with purpose. Hope he doesn't start barking. If he sees someone like Amazon delivery, he'll be barking. Oh, he's quiet. Anyhow, so I'm thinking about taking that box, but I had to figure out what markers, because I don't need to take my whole box of markers. Okay. Almost done. Okay, so for lining up the medium one, this one right here, see how these, why does it do that? The short leaves are at the bottom, the long leaves are at the top. See how this is a double right here? And this is like a triple? The double goes there and the triple goes here. That will help with lining them up. Then these just a little bit of the daffodil showing through. Good, good. So now we just have 4 more. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. I'm missing this one. Ooh. Just a minute. Bo, come on. You want to go out? I should be checking who's out there, but I don't know. He's not barking. I wonder if it's Tony home. 2, 3 of them. I think 2 of them it would kind of wobble at the top of it. Glue dots and glue dots. I think I need a whole roll. Okay, almost done. Probably should have had these done in advance, huh? I wonder if the foam sheets, cutting it out with that might work. They're really nice. I don't want to do adhesive sheets. I want there to be a little bit of dimension on them. Last one. Then we can start assembling the card. Oh, that glue dot might be tired. Tired glue dot. I pulled it up from the paper and it had paper residue on it. Okay, so done with glue dots. That is like a whole roll. Look at this. Ooh. Lots of glue dots. Okay, so this one, and again, I'm looking for the short leaves at the bottom, the split here, and the double. Using one stamp set for 7 different projects, that is a little excessive, but it's cute, and each of them have been very different. We're done. Okay, so let's start building. Here it is. Let's start building this card. So, big flower, and I'm going to put glue just on the inside center of it so I could still tuck the greenery on. Okay, this pebble path is distracting. There we go. Maybe tilted a little bit. And when you're placing your flowers, think about where the creases are. So the front panel, you can put them anywhere. They could stretch out over the top. The inside panel, they can stretch here, but looking at it from the front, it wouldn't look good. But definitely don't have it in the crease. And then the same with the third panel, not in the crease, but it can stretch out this way. So this one, a little bit of overage up here, nothing in the crease. Here's another big flower with glue just in the middle. Ruh-roh. Okay, and let's put the greenery before the glue dries too much. So I'm going to put glue just at the bottom at this point, and if it's flying around too much, I'll go back after the glue dried and I will put more glue on the top parts. Okay, so there, it's kind of hanging off the edge, still have room to write. And one of these leaves, same plan, glue at the bottom. I might go back and tack it down more. And to lift the flower up, just like that. And I like the leaf going over the white, so you could definitely see the outline. I don't want it to be mixed in the, caught in the mix of black and white, black and white. Okay, so one of these can go right about there. And one of these, see now this one, I'm not sure what I think about the flower there by itself. I like the flower there, but this sticking out is like, almost needs a stem. I wonder if I could do it a little bit different this time. Okay, same thing but this way. Okay, just a little bit lower. Well, while I'm thinking about it, so I don't have to lift it. Oh, Bo is back. He's knocking at the door. I'll wait for one more knock. Then I'll get him. I'm the doorman, you know. Doorman for the dog. No wonder he misses us when we're gone. He's got it made. He's still there. I think he's looking at me like, you going to get up, Mom? Daisies and daisies. So what do you think about the berry burst? I like it. I think that the berry burst, oh, I was supposed to be doing greenery. The berry burst with the daffodil delight, I think when you blend the colors together, not that they're blended together, but because they're side by side, it makes the berry burst become a little bit more like orange in tone. Orange. Hints of orange. But I like it. I think my favorite is still the starry sky. Okay, so this, going over the words, probably not so good. There, it could be right beside the words. I'm distorting the shape of the fern though, but that's okay. For the sake of the words, it's okay. Okay, and then this one could go there. That. Oh, and then we have to put the bling on. What color bling do you think? So I guess the question about the bling is how much should it stand out? Should it be like an extension of the flowers? So should it be yellow? So it just looks like baby flowers here and there? Or should it blend in and be like a neutral where you're looking around and all of a sudden you just see little sparkles? So the sample card, I have it in blues, thinking it's like baby flowers. You can see this one, blue, kind of matching like little baby minis. This one is more neutral. Those are the sparkles that I got from that kit. But the sparkles pick up the daffodil and the freesia. There's one of them on here. This is using Old Bling. This one here. Because those are gray. I love how that looks. Just all of a sudden a little sparkle, and then you really have to look at it. It's like, oh, that's an interesting shape sparkle. But that's not picking up the flowers. So it's not taking your eye away from the flowers. You look at it, you see the flowers, and then, oh, a little bit of bling, okay. What about the, oh, this one has the gold. This one picks up the yellow and the flowers. I don't know. I wish it wasn't me that had to decide. That one, I think I need to tack that down a little better. Yeah. Okay. Let's just put bling on. I think bling and then we're almost done. Unless I tack down some of these leaves a little more. Just because it's by the edge. But I think it's kind of frilly when they're kind of popping up like that. It's a little bit delicate. Okay, bling, 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 bling. Oh, that one came up. This one too. Here. Dry. Not purple. Maybe. Does it say the colors? No. I really like that pool party. Let's do yellow. Daffodil Delight. Well, that's kind of fun. Glossy Dots. Okay. Boy, that brightens it up. Okay, so that is it for today's project. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And I hope you have a great day, and I hope you make this project. Okay.